So these are like the little things you start picking apart. Katarina Szulc, your interview about the clandestine, cartel-controlled, kidnapped, as opposed to deprivation ilegal de la libertad, which in Mexico, kidnapping in Mexico carries a 40 to 140-year sentence with a dedicated federal team going after all of the people that are kidnapped. These are your words, Kat Szulc, in Mexico. And it's so clandestine that they're giving tours of it openly on TV. You can contradict yourself in your own video, talking about people are kidnapped to be put in there, but they get to leave and go to work and then go back willingly, or are they forced? I mean, how does that work? And then it's so clandestine that they're driving you and everybody else up there, a car full of cameramen, recording it in broad daylight, clandestine rehab, controlled by the cartel. What cartel, Kat? Because I've got the guy that you interviewed, Mark Rivera, on phone, recorded, stating flat out that
Grupo Marte, buenas tardes, ¿por esa emergencia?
Sí, buenas tardes. Hablo David Frank de los Estados Unidos. Y disculpo la molestia, pero estoy tratando de contactar Mark Rivera.
¿A los órdenes? ¿Con él habla?
Sí, recientemente hiciste una entrevista con Katarina Szulc, ¿verdad?
Katarina, sí, Katarina, sí. ¿La canadiense, verdad?
Sí. Y la razón que estoy marcándote es que en esta entrevista ha mencionado que este santuario clandestino está ubicado en Tijuana, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Y es que ella también ha mencionado que eso fue bajo el control de un cierto cartel, ¿sí es cierto?
Ya no.
¿Ya no?
Ya no, porque debido a las guerras que hay.
Sí.
Debido a las guerras que hay, pues como usted sabe, yo me la llevo en lugares conflictivos, donde hay venta de droga y todo eso, ¿no? Entonces, pero yo no ando vinculado a nada de eso. Mi trabajo es en la calle con la gente que está ahí, que nadie se la quiere llevar.
Está bien, pero si este santuario todavía se existe o no.
Perdón, ¿todavía sigue qué?
Si ese sigue operando.
Sí, sigue operando, claro que sí. Lo que pasa que, permítame, es que me agarró entrenando. Me agarró un poco, me agarró cansado porque estoy entrenando. Ahí le va.
Ok.
De tanta guerra que ha habido aquí en Tijuana, de cárteles y todo eso, mataron al lugar que controlaba ese lugar.
Ok, pues eso ya no está controlado por el cartel.
No, ya no.
¿Y cuál cartel le pertenecía anteriormente?
Pues desconozco, ya, porque hay muchos cárteles aquí en Tijuana peleando en la plaza, son como 4.
Hey.
Y luego los de Mexicali también, quién sabe, ya ve que sacan uno nuevo y uno nuevo, o sea, yo ando donde venden la droga, donde la consumen, yo ando en todo eso, pero yo nomás así, ¿me entiendes? Yo no me acerco con esa gente, solamente ni les acepto nada, porque pues ese trabajo es otra cosa para otro mundo, ¿me entiendes?
Sí, es posible. De hecho, me da mucho gusto si yo podría entrevistarte en el futuro, porque yo
tengo desde el 2017 haciendo esto, y siempre le pido al gobierno que me apoye con un lugar, porque yo me llevo a la gente que ni siquiera los centros de rehabilitación se quieren llevar.
Well, por eso la pregunta también, porque señora Szulc dijo que muchos de los muchachos que están encerrados en este centro de rehabilitación han sido secuestrados, ¿es cierto?
Bueno, secuestrados, no. Me he llevado a las personas que, como les digo, como nadie se las quiere llevar, estas personas son un riesgo para la sociedad por sus conductas psiquiátricas debido al consumo de sustancias.
Sí.
Entonces, estas personas, de tanto consumir droga, hay veces que la droga viene demasiado cargada y se quitan la ropa, se desnudan enfrente de los niños, de la gente, y son golpeados, se le atraviesan a los carros. Yo tengo todo eso documentado en videos.
Oh, ok.
La gente se le atraviesa a los carros y se los llevan a la cárcel, pero solamente se los llevan 36 horas porque en sí no hay un delito mayor para llevárselos, y los sueltan y salen, y como estuvieron 36 horas limpios sin droga, salen y con poquito que consuman, otra vez viene otro episodio de locura y vuelven a hacer lo mismo o algo peor.
Enterrado.
Y a veces tiran piedras a los carros en las vías rápidas.
Y ha sido mencionado que los que están encargados de encerrarlos son pandilleros, ¿verdad?
Eran pandilleros.
Ok.
Yo tengo un servicio que a la gente que yo rescato, yo los dejo un año encerrados ahí. Dependiendo de la conducta que tengan, se les deja salir a trabajar y regresar a dormir ahí y ya se les paga.
Ok.
Ya se les paga y el dinero es para ellos. Solamente tienen que apoyar a la casa con unos 300, 500 pesos a la semana de lo que ganen de dinero.
¿Y a poco el gobierno no está haciendo algo al respecto de la gente encarcelada allá?
Pues los gobiernos anteriores a dos presidentes anteriores, mujeres, la presidenta McFarland, ella me apoyaba con donativos. Después entró la presidenta Montserrat Caballero y también me apoyó con donativos, con un carro por 2 años y con 5 tanques de gasolina a la semana.
Oh, eso
2 años.
Está chido, qué bueno.
Pero este gobierno, desde que entró, como trae problemas con la alcaldesa anterior, dijo que no quiere a nadie trabajando, que haya estado trabajando con ella. Y pues ahí entramos nosotros.
Enterado. Y
no vamos a recibir ningún apoyo del gobierno de este gobierno.
Y yo tengo otra pregunta, es que Katarina Szulc ha mencionado que ese, santuario ha sido bajo el control de un cartel y ese acabo de ser, subido, pues si eso fue cierto que en este momento que ha sido la entrevista con señora Szulc, que ese santuario ha sido bajo el control del cartel en tal momento.
¿Del cartel qué, perdón?
Si eso fue bajo el control de un cartel en el momento que eso fue grabado con señora Szulc.
Negativo.
So-called clandestine rehab isn't run by Cartel at all. Period. And that what you're talking about, that you're sensationalizing as kidnapping, is actually families committing their members of their families to a rehab, of which I've actually gone and picked up a doctor that I know in Mexico out of one of these rehabs without any weapons from work. Did I have my 9 with me? Trying to keep it real. But I did go and pull this guy out of a rehab. And so, Kat, when I've got Mark Rivera from Marty Group, Enfermeros Tácticos, telling me directly in Spanish, and I've got the whole unedited phone call with him, the guy you interviewed, telling me that the cartel does not control that. And what else was it you were saying? There was 4 major claims in there that you were talking about. Deprivación ilegal de la libertad, which is deprivation of personal liberty illegally in Mexico, carries something like a 6 month to an 8-year sentence, which is still heavy, still stiff. But the government overlooks it because it's generally family members, in that instance, committing for involuntary commitment to a rehab only. Their family members, so their family members can get over alcoholism or drug addiction. Definitely not a case. It has nothing to do with kidnapping. And Kat, your level of Spanish is actually really good. I'm impressed on that. Give credit where credit's due. However, it's not a clandestine rehab. Everybody and their mother knows where it's at, right? You can go there right now. Anybody watching this video can go to that rehab, open in broad daylight, not clandestine at all. They're not kidnapping people there, and the cartel does not run it. Oh, and that was the 4th claim. Hey, Kat, which cartel exactly runs that rehab, and which cartel are those gang members working for? The ones that admit to be gang members right on film. You got anything? How did you prove they're not just gang members and cholos and that they're working for the cartel? You never put that out there. And if I'm wrong, I'll write you a video too right now. I'm saying that because everybody out there in the entire YouTube industry, they all know each other. They gatekeep this entire thing. I just got an invitation to go on a show. The guy's got more viewers than Sean Ryan. 1000% for real. Here's me doing security detail. I'm going to blow this up so you can see it. With the Mexican military, guarding General Cienfuegos, okay? That's me doing this. This is all stuff that I've got. There's a point to all this. Here's me working Governor Miguel Alonso Reyes, okay? There's that. Here's me during the election cycle out by Jalisco, okay? In Cartel de Jalisco, the Nueva Generación territory. That's that. Me rappelling upside down. You guys have all seen that. I've got the video. That's my face. That's me. No hands. Full blast. The guy that's got me on belay there actually worked for the Gulf Cartel. We arrested him. I've got a picture of me arresting him with my hand on his neck in the back of a truck somewhere that was put out by Acceso Zach. I've got no idea how they got back there and got that picture, but I'm standing there with members of the Mexican military, my own brothers, and undercover members of our own unit too. If I can find it, I'll put it in here. Me going down the back of going down a highway in Mexico. Us building the sniper nest for training at work right here. You can see we're up here. I almost broke my leg building that because one of my brothers dropped a bucket full of sand right on my thigh and it almost broke it. I'm super lucky that didn't happen. Right here. So anybody that wants to sit here and tell me how I'm getting access to that when you're not even allowed on base unless they give you permission to be there. Here you go. Your boy on the tarmac right here. Recognize that guy? Secretaría de Seguridad Pública right there. This guy, my eyes, right? Right here with what? Fuerza Aérea Mexicana standing right there on the tarmac with other soldiers and shit. Yeah, I'm totally making this all up, huh, dog? And this is just shit. Here we go. Right outside the military prison. I was trained in Jamay, Jalisco, which came under attack recently by Cartel de Jalisco de Nueva Generación. They sent us to the military base in Jamay, Jalisco for training. We were trained by GAFE Special Forces in a lot of things. Most of our instructors at work were GAFE Special Forces, except for the instructors that were in the classroom. All of those people were people that had carreras, which is what they would call degrees in Mexico. And you call them either licenciado or licenciada, which means that they actually earned a college degree and they were giving the classroom courses. So here I am throwing up my hand signal behind my shield with my little hang loose hand signal down in Mexico, clearly in my unit. You can see the steel right here. It's right there. That's my work. That's my office. And that's just outside of the Cartel in Jalisco. That's actually not in Jamay. That's another military base, the center, where they've got the military prison in the military base in just right there in Guadalajara. And so, I'm going to pause this because it's my wife and I want to continue this. My wife sent me a message. I don't know if she's going to respond or not. If she does, I'm going to stop and answer it. But hey, so here's another one where I'm sitting right here with Mexican Air Force, the Mexican version of Air Force One. This is also General Cienfuegos. This is another thing. This is on Johnny Mitchell. So let's just have a look at this. You know this guy? Yeah, you know that guy. Policia Federal, right? The rhinos and all that shit. Here you go. 14317. I'm not standing 20 feet from that thing, dude. So that's like not proximity. That's actually right there working in it. Here you go. Up in the helicopter. A lot of you guys have seen this one. Mexican flag on my brother's shoulder right there. I know exactly what this is. Radio. I've got my radio right here. You can see the antenna. It's under my coat. It's a Beretta ARX. Oh, here we got this. Our ballistic shields in the back of our truck, right? And I got to go through this and make sure. Here we go. Bushmaster, Ara 15 or AR-15. Bushmaster right there. This one is not fully automatic. This is tiro por tiro. Right here. Your boy. Right. Just, that weapon's a fall. So getting back to Katarina Szulc, because I can go do this all day. Kat, when I'm going through your Instagram pages and I go down to the beginning, the one thing that I've noticed since leaving my job, which potentially I could work for in the future again, because it is Mexico, leaving my job, I don't get to create more photos. Neither does Ed, neither does Gafe 423, and Kat, neither do you. You can use AI to try to create some, but when you go down your Instagram thing, the pictures that you have there are what are there. And so when you're busy covering up everything before 2025 because you're starting to go on all these major podcasts, and I've contacted the shows that you've been on YouTube, none of them will get back to me. I don't know why, which is crazy because a couple of them are very, son super groseros. They cuss. Their grosero means lepero. They got all these words in Spanish. Just uncouth. Speaking in their videos where you're on it. Fernando Puentes doesn't want to get... Hey, Fernando, how come you never return my things, man? I'm on your live feed. You don't want to get back with me, but you'll talk with Kat Szulc, and you don't even know her name when she's on your thing. You'll start noticing all of these things, dude. So, Kat, I don't get to create more photos, neither do you. You block all your stuff prior to 2025 on Twitter, but Sean Ryan puts you out there as the world's premier cartel expert when you've been in Mexico eating tacos and stuff like that. Your Spanish is great, but your work is suspect. This is Fusil Automático Ligero. This is a Belgian weapon. It's what my channel's named after. We're at work. This is here we go. This was my weapon. This is a fully automatic weapon as opposed to the Bushmasters, right? Crow's nest. I'll show you right here. So that was me right here shooting this. You can see the holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm shooting from right here. So you can see where the targets are. That's our targets. And Fusil Automático Ligero, you can see it right here. And I love this weapon, man. It's one of the greatest weapons ever. Charlie Kirk was not shot by a 308. You know, fuck it. I'm going to do it, man. I'm going to show you. Here we go. Look at this. So this is the folder that I show everybody when I'm going down stuff. And so anyways, let's look at this. Here's the accuse of when I was going to get my job. Right? There's that. Here is the backside. You can see how it's all folded up and torn up. I have several of these. But this is a Carta de Comisión. There's the officio number right there. It's going to be backwards because I'll have to turn the video around so it reads correctly. But I'm going to read this. The officio number Secretaría de Seguridad Pública, 1593, 2013, Guadalupe, Zacatecas. There's your boy's name right there. That's me. Okay? Right there. David spelled my way. So that's 1000% me. El que suscribe, General, Secretario de Seguridad Pública del Estado de Zacatecas, right? Hace constar que David Franke, con categoría de policía de la Policía Estatal Preventiva, se encuentra adscrito a la instancia arriba mencionada y ha sido comisionado, I've been commissioned, para desempeñar funciones de seguridad y escolta del suscrito. Son both. I've got several of these, dude. Para su cometido, utilizarán las armas de las siguientes características: arma corta, pistola. So, to be able to fulfill my functions, I have been issued these weapons: the Glock, Model 17 with the matricula, arma larga clase, fusil calibre 7.62, marca FAL, which is the name of my channel. Serial number to my weapon. This is just one of several. I've got tons of these, dude. On it too. I got to take that out. Here's this. That's me. Last name. There's my rank. Suboficial Operativo. And so, let's get into my paycheck stuff. Some of them. Here you go. This is what, and I don't want you seeing my CURP because you can use that for nefarious purposes. So I got block part of it. But I want to leave my last name on there to where you can see it. And the check stub number. Here you go. That's a check stub. Real. More check stubs. I've got a whole stack of them, dude, with the real numbers on the bottom. That's evidence. I don't want you being lied to. I don't give a damn what you think politically. I want you to draw your own conclusions. There's already a huge problem in this country regardless of the Epstein stuff. So I'm going to go after all these people that are spreading their bullshit online. Meanwhile, we're going to be lorded over by the billionaire technocrats and their killer drones that are run autonomously without any human intervention. They're conducting surveillance, deciding who should or should not be killed while we're chasing a fucking dog in the bone with Mencho down in Mexico. Wondering when the people that are in power, that are protected by all the police, because they're not protecting you, they're protecting them, remember that, are going to release the evidence that will finally convict them. And good luck, man. And you drone bots and the fear of being deleted the second you say something incorrectly against the government.